Hi guys, this is Pearlie Martin again, author of Dating Identifiers, Marrying God's Way. I asked you guys a few weeks ago, what do you think? Do you think it's okay for a believer to marry an unbeliever according to God's Word? Well, I dropped back in today to give you your answer. Of course, according to God's Word, 2 Corinthians 6:14, he tells us to do not be unequally yoked together with an unbeliever. For what fellowship does an unbeliever have with let's start over. Do not be unequally yoked together with an unbeliever. For what fellowship has righteousness with lawlessness? And what communion has light with darkness? And what accord has Christ with Baal? Or what part has a believer with an unbeliever? So no, ma'am. If you're not a believer, it's not okay, according to God's Word, for a believer to be unequally yoked together with an unbeliever, because you're not going to have anything in common. He who has not the Spirit of God does not belong to God. Yes, they may be a nice, kind person, and you may have a lot of things in common, but if they do not have the Spirit of God, then they're none of His. Now, you may have a lot of things in the natural in common, but when it comes to spiritual things, you will not have fellowship. There's extra added problems when a believer marries an unbeliever. I promise you this. Now, if you're already married, of course, and once you wasn't Christians before you got married, and one person become a Christian during the marriage, of course you do not separate or divorce from your spouse. If he wants to stay, or she wants to stay, then stay with him. For an unbelieving spouse is sanctified by the believing spouse. However, if the unbeliever wants to leave, let him go, for God has called us to peace. So no, it's not okay for a believer to marry an unbeliever, because it's considered being unequally yoked together. And you guys have a blessed day. Again, that's 2 Corinthians 6:14. Look at it for yourself. And leave your questions in my inbox on my Facebook page at Dating Identifiers, Marrying God's Way. Until then, you guys have a blessed, beautiful day. And remember to be God conscious. My book, Dating Identifier, Marrying God's Way, is available online at Barnes & Nobles, Amazon.com for overseas, free shipping at thebookdepository.com. And until next time, you guys have a blessed, beautiful, wonderful, awesome day.